Duncan nugget number 21. Failure is only permanent if you quit. Number 22 is success is only permanent if you keep striving. You know what? A person's definition of you does not define you. Y'all don't play that stuff. Students do not play that. You can come in here acting all uppity, you know, like you're not down to earth, or you can come in all boring or whatever. Y'all not having that. Y'all not going for that stuff, okay? Students want people that's down to earth, can talk to them, give them real information that's gonna help them out. Y'all don't have time for that stuff, I understand. I came to help you turn your potential into performance.
Truly is a life changer, Mr. Duncan. Thanks for coming to talk to us at A&M. I really appreciate it. I'll be reading your success journal.
How many of y'all listen to music while you're studying? Okay, now put your hands down. For some of y'all, that's okay. But some of y'all need some help. If you one of those people and you're trying to study, and all of a sudden you got your iPod going and everything, and every 5 minutes you're like, ooh, that's my jam. You need to turn off the music. Next thing you know, somebody's coming along, they try to make some copies, and you pop your head up from behind your book. Dag, man, how loud they have to be with that copy machine? Then you go back to studying, and the next thing you know, somebody comes along. Dag, man, how long do they have to be with those chips? I am kind of hungry, though. Then you go back again. Next thing you know, you're like, oh, he is cute. Oh, I know some of y'all got friends like this. They just super hyper. They always just drank like 3 Red Bulls, couple cups of coffee. They just walking back and forth like this. You trying to get some studying on, and they are seriously focused. I mean, they so focused they can't even blink. How you supposed to study with them? Y'all need to do some inventory. Some of y'all, I hope that's not you, because you laughing pretty hard. Be careful, okay? Your friends will throw off your reality. It doesn't matter if you have your vision, values, and your purpose together. Be careful with that. You know something else that will throw it off? Worrying. Especially worrying about things you have no control over. There was a study done. Earl Nightingale, he did a little study. It was called The Fog of Worry. He found out that 92% of the things that human beings worry about never come to fruition. 92% of the things you worry about never happen. Think about that. You said I need to tell your grandmom that? Okay, that's a lot of worrying. One of the main things you should do is just ask yourself, what is and what is not under my control? If it's something that's not under your control, then you need to move on and take care of your business.
Now that I know what I'm trying to achieve, it makes it more clear that I'm going for a brand, not just a characteristic and how people look at me, but actual how I'm perceived when I walk into an interview or school or wherever.
Everybody has a personal brand. It is what's left behind when you leave the room, or what comes to somebody's mind when they start to think about you. And your brand is directly related to the perception that people have about you, but it's also related to the value that they perceive you bring to the market.
He's more involved with the audience when he speaks to them.
That is one of the main things that sets me apart, because I'm not going up there with a cookie cutter approach, and they know that.
Like when you moved to Georgia with him, like how was it for you since you was like still technically young?
Let me tell you something.
Business and raise a kid.
Okay, number one, it was the hardest thing I ever did in my life. People always say, man, you saved your brother's life, but I always tell them, actually, he saved mine. Because what happened is, at 24 years old, all of a sudden I had this focus and this drive that I didn't have before. That's what happens for you all. When you're all looking for your purpose, trying to choose your major, when you attach yourself to something that's bigger than you, something that you feel like is outside of you and more important for you, it will give you motivation and it will give you stamina like you wouldn't believe. So what happened is, I had to be successful now, because I had a 12-year-old. I had to run those restaurants. I had no choice, because I had to take care of him.
I like when people tell their personal lives and what they've gone through, so he can tell kids that they're not alone and there are people out there.
It was his choice. I like that too. If that was me, I would like to do the same thing.
And he was inspirational, and I think he imparted a lot of ideas to our kids, And the idea of helping our kids develop a self-esteem that enables them to be successful is the main outcome of events like that.
Hey, Mom, I don't know what's going on, but this could not happen on my watch. I will be home and we'll find out what's going on with Nate. Don't even worry about it. She said, okay, Al, I'll talk to you later, all right? I said, okay, and I hang up the phone. Now, I'm a 24-year-old saxophone player, but I'm broke. I'm living in Pittsburgh at this time. I had to get from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, back to Philly. That's about a 4.5-hour drive. I need to get home immediately, though. There's just one problem with this story. What's the problem? I have no money. I'm broke. So how did I get home? Who said I walked? Man, I would still be walking right now. That is a long walk. No, you know what I did? I only had one thing in my life that was worth anything to me at that point in time. It's only one thing I had that was worth any money. It was my saxophone. I took it. I had that thing since I was in elementary school. I took it and I sold it. Hurt me to my heart. I took the money and I moved back home to find out what was going on with my little brother. When I got home, it was just as bad as my mom said it was. I had to go to war with guys in the neighborhood over my little brother. I got people pointing shotguns in my face, people pointing 9mm handguns in my face. I got to rumble and fight with people 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning over my little brother. I'm sitting in my mother's living room and I'm reading a book. It's dead quiet. All of a sudden, boom, the door comes flying open. It's Nate. He's like, man, I can't take this anymore. I looked up, I said, hey, man, you need to calm down. He said, nah, man, I wish I was never born. I jumped up off the couch. I slammed the book closed. I said, hey, man, don't talk like that, man, seriously. He said, why not? I ain't asked to be here anyway. I knew exactly where he was coming from. For some reason, when you're trying to do something in life, see, as long as you're not trying to do anything, doesn't matter. Nobody has anything to say. Seems like you don't have any problems. But as soon as you want to start doing something, that's when the haters and the doubters show up. Yeah, that's when all the problems occur, is when you're actually trying to do something. So I understood what he was going through. I could relate to him. I found my mom and said, Mom, we got to get out of here, man. This neighborhood is killing him. We got to get out of here. And so I packed him up. He was 12. I was 24, and we moved to Atlanta, Georgia.
Howdy, my name is Jose Mora. I'm a freshman here at Texas A&M, and I'm the loudest and proudest member of the class of 2014. Hey, I'd like to stand out a great thank you to Mr. Al Duncan for coming to speak to Aggie Leaders of Tomorrow, giving us these great books, a great testimony to live by, and I look forward to living my life the way he preaches it. Thank you so much.